First, I'd like to thank Nick and Chris and Brenda in the athletic office for all their support and what they do. And just to echo what Nick said, Brenda is awesome. One day, I sent her 4 different emails with 4 different subjects, and she responded to everyone just right on task and just kept me on board. And she is great at what she does. So I really appreciate her and all her hard work. I'd like to thank the school administration here at Darby and their support throughout the year, as well as my coaching staff, my high school staff, middle school staff, and the travel coaches. My high school staff puts in so much time and so much effort, and they're a hardworking, passionate group of guys that I love to work with. Also want to thank our cheerleaders and the support they gave us this year. And then also to the parents of the players, the families, the fans, and the student body. Just to kind of recap our season, you know, we last year, off last year's team, we lost 8 guys, and you know, we had a lot to replace. So we had a lot of new teammates. We had guys that had played freshman last year. We had guys that had played JV and guys that had played varsity. So we had kind of a little mix to start the season of guys that weren't used to playing with each other. And in a team sport, that's tough to do, especially when there's only 5 guys on the court at one time. We had guys that had new roles, you know, guys that were role players now had to be scorers, guys that were scorers at lower levels had to be role players. And it was you know, kind of a growing experience. And because of that growing experience, we kind of start off slow. You know, it took a while to get everyone used to everything and that experience. But I'll tell you one thing I think that I made me most proud was the resilience and the toughness that our kids had. You know, we start off our season with 4 losses, and that's tough to do when you're a young team without a lot of experience. But the kids were tough, and I think kind of through that we found our identity, we found our roles, and just kind of became a tough team. And we just kind of took on that, you know what, we're just gonna try out tough every team we play. It may not have been pretty every night, it might not have been perfect every night, but we were going to be the tougher team every night. And I think that was our goal, and we succeeded at it at a lot of our games. And I think as a coach, that's, you know, the most proud thing you look for. It's how you go about doing it. It's not always winning and losing, but it's how you play the game, and that's something we try to stress in our locker room. We finished up the season 11-12. You know, and that was tough. You know, we kind of beefed up our schedule a little bit. We went and played Zanesville, who was 4th in the state, and you know, and had a 2-possession game with them, and ended up losing by about 8. And then we also played a team up in Canton that finished 16-6, and they're still in the tournament and a district final game coming up. So we had some tough non-league games, as long as our conference schedule. Kind of some highlights. You know, we beat Westville South this year at home, which was the first time that Darby had ever beat Westville South, and they went on to go 17-5, so that's a great win for us. And we also beat Westville Central over there, which was their only league loss. They went 13-1 in the league and won the league, and we were their only loss. And then also, too, for the second year in a row, we went 3-0 against the Hilliard teams, beating Bradley twice and Davidson once. So, you know, in the last 2 years, we're 6-0 versus Hilliard, which is something we kind of pride ourselves on. As in terms of individual awards, for all OCC, I'll have these guys come up when I say their name. First, we have Nick Powers, was honorable mention. Jordan Clark was special mention. Taylor Van Winkle was second team. And Zach Cowan was our scholar athlete representative. Also, too, Jordan Clark and Taylor Van Winkle were honorable mention All Central District. Thanks, guys. All right, and our last kind of recognition here, with 842 career points, Taylor Van Winkle is now the all-time leading scorer at Hilliard Darby High School. Mr. McElwain.